Hello, I'm going to attempt to do a tutorial for cubic right angle weave today, and I've had several people that wanted to see how to do this. It kind of eludes them a little bit, and so I thought I'd try this today with some darker beads and very white thread, hoping that you could see the thread path. So the first thing, what I'm using today is 6/0 beads and white fire line. And the first step is to pick up 4 beads and to pull them down to the end of your thread. And what I do is I tie a circle. I tie a knot to form a circle. Some people are not people. They prefer to not use knots, but I think it holds it in place for me, as I tend to be a very tight tension beater, and I tend to pull that base out if I don't secure it with a knot. Okay, and then what I just did was I went through one of the beads to pull that knot up inside of it to hide it. Okay, and that is the base, or what some people call the floor, if you think of it as the floor of the cube. And then you pick up 3 beads and pass back through that bead. You see the thread is coming out of it. You want to pass through that bead on the opposite side, so your needle is coming out where the thread is coming out, to form a circle like that. So you have 2 little right angle weave circles sitting side by side. And the next step that you want to do is you're going to be moving forward and going through each one of these. So your next one that you're sitting next to is this one. You're going to pass through that bead and pick up 2 beads. Now, since it's laying flat like this, I have an easier time thinking of it in terms of going through these 2 at the same time. I know a lot of people tell you don't do that, but I find that it's not an issue if I go through those 2 at the same time, because it's pretty much flat at this point. So go through the 2, if you think of it this way, go through the 2 that are sticking out on the right and pull. That kind of leaves you with this triangle looking kind of a piece, and you know that your base are these 4 here, so you're going to go through the next one on your base, pick up 2, and then again, if you think of it as going through 2 that are sticking out on this side here, so you go through these 2 and you pull tight. Okay, so you got this funky looking piece here that is still sort of flat, and that's okay, because this one sticking out on the top is the next one that you go through. And then the next one that you go through is when it's going to start showing that cubic portion, and that's this one up here. I'm going to go through that and pull it. So if you pull on your tail and you pull on your thread, it kind of makes them sit up. And I like to think of it as a chair. If you think of it as this is where your legs go and this is where you sit, this is the back and these are the arms, you've got your little chair there. Pick up 1 bead, pass down through the side, and then across the floor, and then up through the side again, turn it, and you know that this is the top because these 4 are not connected together. Okay, if you look at the side, these 4 are connected together. The bottom, the 4 will be connected together, but the top, they're not connected yet, very flimsy. So you want to pass through that one side, and this will mimic your base 4 again. Okay, so this is your base 4, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Now you don't have to worry about putting them together, because the next steps we do are going to cinch them up together. It's kind of combining a few steps, but it saves thread and it saves you time. So pick up 3 beads, go through the one on the right, the one with the thread coming out of it, to make another circle, and pull tight. And I like to turn my work as I'm working. It's just so much easier, I think, if you can turn your work as you're working. I'm going to adjust a little bit right here so you can see what I'm doing better. Okay, and you're going to go through that next base. And when you do that, if you notice, it cinches those 2 together. Pick up 2. Again, you're still flat, so you're going to go through the 2 that are run together in a line and pull, and go through your base 1 and pull, and see how that pulls those together. Pick up 2, go through the 2 that are in a line and pull tight. Go through your last base 1, and then the one that, if they're laying flat, you can kind of see that they run together in a line. Pull. And that'll set you up into your chair. There's your chair with the arms on the side. Okay, pick up 1, go down through this bead. Again, turn your work. It's easier if you turn your work. Go through the base. Now there's one more step, because if you notice, it might be very hard to see, but if you notice here, there's a thread from here to here, which cinches that together, but there's not one from here to here. So you need to go through that bead and pull to cinch that up. Then you can go up the bead and go through that top one to cinch everything together. Of course, with the 6/0 beads, the size that they are, everything's quite loose, and because the tension is not very tight as I'm doing this on camera, but eventually as you go, you'll see that they sit very nicely. If you can keep your tension nice and tight, they sit nicely. You've got less steps, and you've got everything connected like it's supposed to be. So I'll do one more. Pick up 3 beads, pass through the one that the thread's coming out of to form your circle, pass through the next base bead, pick up 2 beads, go through the 2 that are in line, pull tight. I'm going to try to do tension a little bit better on this one. So pull tight. Go through your next base bead, pick up 2 beads, go through the 2 that are in line, pull it tight. You can, if you want to, pick it up, set it in place. You know you've got 1 left. You've got to go up the side in order to sit 1 bead on there. Go down the side, across the bottom to connect these 2. And then go 1 more to connect these 2. That's pretty much the basics of cubic right angle weave. You just keep going, and again, keep your tension tight. You can see I tried to keep it a little bit tighter on that one, and it helped. And then on your very last one, you will have to go up and go around the top. Go through each one of these top beads just to cinch that up, because if you don't, the structure is not very good. So go through all of them, back through the one you started. That cinches them up so you have a nice structure. Okay, I hope that this will help you see how cubic right angle weave works, and you can enjoy doing this wonderful stitch. Thank you.